Good evening, y'all. It's about like almost 1 a.m. in the morning, but I was just so empowered by the Spirit to share this with you that I had to. And this is actually my first like video, not short. It's a whole video because I kind of ran. I have a lot to say, so I just pray that the Spirit will speak through me so you can really understand what I'm trying to. You could really pick up what I'm trying to put down. You feel me? Okay. So recently I had a situation in my life where it was like I was bored. I was just bored. I wanted to do something, but there was nothing to do, and I was seeking entertainment. I was seeking something to watch, something to do, something to have fun with. And I was like, oh, let me watch this certain type of shows. And it wasn't like bad shows, don't get me wrong. It was just a certain type of shows. But then I was realizing, I was like, wait, didn't I already like have a commitment? Didn't I already have a talk with God one-on-one about like that let's cut this out of my life? It's no longer me. It's not for us. We don't feel that. Like, didn't we have that conversation like at the very start of our relationship? At the very start of our journey together? So what's this new me trying to shift that back into my life, trying to look back and not forward? I was like, so I was in a fight. There was a fight between what my heart wanted, what the flesh wanted, versus what the Spirit wanted. And so I was just thinking, and then I did this one mistake, bro. And the Lord, He is so good, and He is so gracious, and He is so merciful, and He is so kind and considerate, because He didn't allow me to sin. He didn't allow me to sin. He told me that it was wrong before I sinned. Before I watched the shows I was going to watch, He told me, and He spoke to me. And He's just like, Tito, like, don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. Like, you can't do this. Like, and what He told me was crazy. So I'm going to share that with you today. So, like I said, I was making this commitment with God. It was like both of us, and we were like, okay, we're not watching these shows anymore. And then I was bored, and then I was trying to watch the shows. And then I was like, wait, but doesn't God also say that He requires obedience, not sacrifice? That's what I said in my mind when I was trying to watch the show. And then I just thought to myself, that makes sense. Like, so I could watch my shows, because He doesn't even require sacrifices. And then another part of the Spirit fought back. He said, what are you trying to do yourself? He said, doesn't the Bible also say that all things are lawful, but not all things are beneficial? And I was like, yeah, I guess it say that. I guess it does. But it also says that the Lord requires obedience, not sacrifice. So it was just a fight. And it was just, oh my gosh. And then I was reading my Bible, and I was watching a video. These two things is what the Lord told to me. That was like, okay, what you're doing is wrong. So the first thing was, when I was reading my Bible, I was reading Isaiah 29. And He had this specific verse that says, and so the Lord says, these people say they are mine. They honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. And their worship of me is nothing but man-made rules learned by rote. And I wrote this little note. I said, don't go through the motions, love God and get to know Him because you want to. Don't just be religious. And I was thinking to myself, hey, what does, and their worship of me is nothing but man-made rules learned by rote mean? And I was just reading, and I was in my study Bible, and it was basically saying that it basically means, when it says man-made instructions, is you twisting His instructions. You twisting His instructions to suit you, to benefit you. And that's exactly what I was doing in my mind. I was saying, but doesn't the Lord say that He doesn't require sacrifice, just obedience? I was twisting His instructions so I could do what I want, not follow Him, not love Him, not honor the commitment that we've already made. It's like I was being a prostitute, because I was cheating on Him. Like He said that the people of Israel were prostitutes. It's like I was doing the exact same thing. And then I was just like, I had a revelation, but it was a mini revelation because I was still iffy. Like, I was like, oh, I read this, but I'm not completely hooked. Like, that God does not want me to do this. And so I was just scrolling. I didn't choose to do it yet, but I was just watching this video, and I popped up on this, sermon of this woman named Jackie. I don't know the channel name, but it was basically, and she was talking about the specific time in the Bible with Abraham, Sarai, now Sarah, and Hagar. Let's talk about the story. And basically how the story goes is that Abraham and Sarai, Sarah, could not have a baby. But God said, I will already make you a people of many nations. He said, I will make you the father of many nations. So God already promised him. But Sarai and Abraham was like, we getting kind of old now. What's this problem gonna pop up? And Sarai was like, I'm infertile. Oh no. So she said she tried to strategize in her mind, and this will be a different video about like trying to strategize and not just trusting God. But she tried to strategize in her mind. She's like, wait. Let me just see what I can do by myself, not with God, because he obviously not showing up for me. So let me just try to do it by myself. Let me just try to go my own way, which is what a lot of us do. And we mess up, and we realize that we cannot go our own way because it just messes up, like I learned today. But another story for another time. But it's good that we learn. We love correction, y'all. We love discipline. It's good for the soul. So it was basically like, Sarai was like, so let me get my servant Hagar. And she's an Egyptian servant. Y'all do what y'all gotta do, the little business, and let me take the child that you conceive with her for ours, so that we can have this promise that God promised us. So she tried to do this whole thing by herself. And I don't know why she was strategizing. But that story brought a lot of talking. She just, Jackie just kept on talking to us. And she kept explaining how not trusting God, so and so and so and so. And then she brings up another story. This one's a quick. Y'all calm down. I'm not going to say another story. But she brings up this other fact that in Genesis, did or did not the serpent say to Eve, with his little slittery body, he was like, sorry, did or did not God say that you should not eat out of the tree of good and knowledge? Did he or did he not say that? Because do you remember? Because I didn't remember hearing him say that. But if you heard him say that, I'm not trying to call him problems, or I'm just like saying, did you hear him say that? Did he really say that you should not do that thing that you're about to do? And then so it was just crazy because the same serpent came in my mind trying to say, did God really say you can't watch those shows that you was trying to watch? Did God really say that you can't smoke the extra little pot? Did it really say in the Bible for sure that you cannot drink until you get drunk? Which it does say, do not get drunk. Those are for fools. Did God really say that you should not be lazy? Did God really say that you should say his word? That you should preach out? Did God really say that you should give to the poor and not oppress them? Did he really say that? Because I'm just wondering. And so, in the same way he tempted Eve, he was trying to tempt me to go back to the old ways, to look back and not forward. But thank God that he put these two things, his word, and he sent a messenger to tell me, whoa, before you sin, hold up, let's think about it. And let's not do it. Let's think about it, but there's really nothing to think about. It's just, no, don't do it. Don't do it. He said those who love him follow his commandments. But don't you think that everything God says is a commandment? Like, obviously the 10 commandments, but everything he tells you not to do, is a commandment. Everything he tells you to do is a commandment. And you could either choose to obey that commandment or disobey that commandment. Now, my question for you is, which one will you choose? The next time you're thinking about trying to go to the past and not stay in the present, not live by moment, which God is gracing you with, which one will you choose? Go back to the old ways and then regret it because it wasn't worth it? Or stay in the good ways, stay in the good blessings, have that prosperity that God has planned for your life, stay on the straight path instead of going Willy Wonka and curving everywhere because you're stumbling there. And it's not bad. It's all right to stumble. He got you. He won't let you fall. But at the same time, I'm trying to go on that cruise. I'm not trying to go on that ship. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to wobble as much as I can before I get to my destination. I'm trying to go on the straight path that Jesus is walking, and he seemed fine because he don't sin and he don't look back. And I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to stay with him and be with him. But he helps me each time. He helps me get back each time. But I'm just so grateful to him and thankful to him that he didn't let me stumble this time. Maybe in my mental thoughts, but then he broke them immediately. He took the chains away from me. And he said, Tita, no. He gave me a firm answer. And he said, no, don't do it. You'll regret it. It's not worth it. And he showed me in so much unique ways to stop me from sinning. And that just shows you how much love he genuinely has for you. So don't forget that. That's important. Write that down. Don't forget how much love he has for you. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Don't forget how much love he has for you. Period. And stay doing the good things of God. Listen to him. And some of y'all going to be saying, I don't hear his voice. Hey, you don't hear his voice? Maybe. Why? Why don't you hear his? Because I know if you be reading, you'll hear his voice. I don't know if you be talking to him, he'll hear his voice. And praying is not a complicated thing. It's probably one of the easiest things to do. Just talk to him. We were just talking before this little video to help me get through this video, to speak through me so he could talk to me and to talk to y'all about what he wants me to deliver to y'all. So I hope this video finds someone. I hope someone really understands what it truly means to listen to God and to listen to him and how much he loves you, that he won't let you stumble, bruh. That he wants you to stay on the road with him. That just gets me so excited. He loves us so much. Be the sheep of his pasture. Don't exit the pasture. I'm telling you, it's cold. He's telling you it's cold out there. It's not good out there. There's evil things out there. There's wolves outside of the pasture. There's wolves. Stay in the pasture. And you'll be like, but when I was outside the pasture, I had some berries. I had all these nice things. When I was in the past, I had all these good things, these things that entertained me. Honey. 10 times that, 100 times that, 10 million times that is in the pasture. If you just look, you will find. He said, those who seek him wholeheartedly shall find him. And who is God? When you realize that God is the Lord Almighty and all good things come from him, you won't be looking for the berries outside the pasture, because he'll provide more than the berries can imagine, more than you can imagine the berries can provide. Stay inside the pasture. Stay inside the fence. Listen to him. Love him. Keep his commandments. Just keep on doing things. I'm telling you, it won't become routine anymore. It'll become something that you genuinely love to do, genuinely love to be, and you just love spending time with him. And then sooner or later, you'll profess, because you just can't keep the love inside that he gives you to yourself. I hope y'all have a blessed day. We're closing on 15 minutes now, but I love you. He loves you. And that's all that matters. If you think that no one loves you, just remember me and just remember him. Genuinely remember him, because his love is unconditional, not conditional at all. And, we're still trying to get to the point where my love ain't conditional. But for right now, I love you. God bless you. Amen. I'll say it for you. Bye-bye.